Bitcoin just filled our CME futures gap. Interest rates remain unchanged at 4.5%, and our exclusive Fear and Greed index is showcasing an extreme highs. How is this gonna affect the next huge movement of Bitcoin? I'll reveal to you in this video. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Amo from MyCryptoParadise, and today is giveaway Thursday. That means that in this video there will be a giveaway. I will not put it in the end because I want to make sure that also the small amount of people that are not watching the full video will watch the full video, because I want to make sure that everybody is getting most of my analysis. So right now let's take a look what happened previously. 1 day ago we have been discussing together that Bitcoin is about to have a reversal towards $83,000. As you can see, that's exactly what happened. We have pumped for around 2%. Let me see. Yeah, it was 2.20%, and I've told you this is going to be a strong resistance for multiple reasons. First of all, there was this VPVR that suggested that there was loads of trading activity going on in the past. Based on looking at open interest and funding rates, we have actually understood that people were opening long positions, and after we have broken to the downside, they have been underwater, and the idea was that they will be at the break even, closing their long positions, and it will actually start fueling the move in the opposite direction. However, funnily enough, you can see that the open interest start to decrease exactly from the bottom right here. So they have been panic selling their long positions and fueled this move to the upside. However, after we have moved back to their break even, only a small amount of people stayed in their positions and started to close right here at this resistance. As you can see, that created a nice reaction from our resistance. After that, we have started to attack that $83,000 one more time, and as you can see, the reaction was already weaker, and this was the first warning sign. The second warning sign was a breakout of that $83,000, and the biggest red flag was when we retested this resistance and actually turned it into a support by holding above it. If you remember, in the previous video I've been talking about this situation. I told you this is exactly what I don't want to see. Reclaim by breaking above that resistance and then retesting that and turning it into a support. In fact, I've told you that this will mean a reversal, and in ParadiseTeam VIP, where we are sharing our personal trade setups with a clear entry and exit levels, we have actually exploited this opportunity. We have set up a limit breaker, and once we broke above the previous high at $83,000 something, we knew this is gonna continue, and voila, we have booked 164% profit just recently. This was also a big warning sign for our strategic positions that we have had open at higher prices, where we have been shorting the local tops, and we have closed all of them. The ones that been in profit, we have tightened our stop losses. They hit in profit. The only Bitcoin short positions that we have left is this swing plus short opened at around $105,000. We have already secured our first take profit at $77,000. As you know, we have been expecting $77,000 to be hit since January 30. You already know that we have been securing these profits because I have been updating that in the previous videos, and we have kept this one open because I believe even though we will be starting the zigzag higher towards that $93,000, this position should be actually safe, and as you see, we have the last target at around $44,000. So speaking about $77,000 and $44,000, you remember I have been also updating you about this since January as well. This is not the only video. I've made dozens of them for you. Everybody else was very bullish right here, but we have been seeing things that remained hidden to others, and we have been actually changing our bullish strategy that we have kept from $19,500 into bearish, right? And right here we have been selling everything. We have been opening the short positions, and as you can see, we have hit that $77,000, ladies and gentlemen, which was the most important level for us since January. But after we have been analyzing the price action closer, particularly we have been counting the subwaves, we have had a hint that there is a possibility that before we start the reversal in formation of the B wave of this zigzag that will take us towards towards $44,000. We can retest that $72,000 right here, $72,000 right here. And the question is right now, if this candle to the upside that seems to be a breakout is a real breakout or just a fake out. So for that, let's start with reminding ourselves the ultra high time frame chart. You know that after we hit that $44,000, we are going towards $240,000 as our grand super cycle third wave. So the macro is absolutely clear, and the question remains right now, before we start retesting the $91,000 and $93,000 as a B wave of a zigzag, are we about to retest that $77,000, or we can start the A wave of a zigzag, this one from the current prices? After that, there is a B wave and then a C wave. If you are in our MCP free university, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the A wave, B wave, C wave. You just need to invert it to the opposite side, and the same thing is happening when the impulse goes after a downtrend. But because we have been in an uptrend, the C wave of a zigzag, based on our analysis from the previous videos, will take us towards $44,000. If you are asking how is it possible that we will go towards $44,000, I would recommend you to watch the previous videos. I've been talking about that many times. Right now, what's important to understand from just these previous two candles, that we are still have not closed any weekly above $85,000, which is also a Fibonacci retracement level from this ultra high time frame chart. So from the ultra high time frame perspective, to confirm that we are about to retest this resistance at around $91,000 and $93,000, I want to see a weekly close above $85,000 on this weekly chart. Okay, so that's the first thing. Otherwise, from the ultra high time frame perspective, there's a higher probability that we will still retest the $72,000 before going towards $91,000, $93,000. Let's zoom in and understand the price action a little bit better. So you remember we have been analyzing perfectly the top of the Bitcoin, every single move up or down we have predicted absolutely perfectly. Also then we have started to form this leading diagonal, which is the A wave of the zigzag, right? Because it's a motive mode wave, it can either take a place of an impulse or a leading diagonal. But because the fourth wave went into a territory between of this first and second wave, we determined this is going to be a leading diagonal. However, right now, if this move was finished and this breakout is not a fake out but a real one, and we are about to go towards this key high time frame resistance before going to $44,000, we need to understand how would that be possible. It would be possible only if this is not a leading diagonal but an impulse, and if it would be an impulse, the fifth wave would be able to be truncated, so it could finish actually right here. After the fourth wave, this would be the fifth wave, and we are starting actually the new impulse higher. However, for that, we would need to neglect this fourth wave entrance inside of this first and second wave, okay? So we can say it could happen if the liquidity was extremely low, like we are in a highly over-leveraged market. So Bitcoin sometimes has these kind of movements that as a professional traders, we need to learn to accept that they are deviating from the clear patterns. So in that case, it could be an impulse if we would ignore that it entered the price territory of the first and second wave, and we can say that the first wave actually finished around here and basically it touched just the boundary of the first wave. So if that would be the impulse, that would mean that the fifth wave can be truncated, and it finished right here at around $81,000, and we are about to start the new impulse in ABC zigzag formation higher, and then we are going to retrace back. But few things need to happen, ladies and gentlemen. We first need to be sure that this breakout is a real breakout, not a fake out. So you never trade without confirmations as a professional traders. If you are trading without confirmations, you are not better than some gambler, right? So most of the people are trading based on their emotions or some indicators, but they don't have a real strategy. They don't have a real strategy or system that is based on strict confirmation methods that guarantees you a long-term profitability. So they are taking low probability trades. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, but in the long run, they will always lose, right? And as a professional traders, you and me, we are different. We are waiting for confirmations. So to wait for the confirmation that this breakout is real, few things need to happen. So first of all, we have reclaimed that $85,000 that was previously acting support, then it moved into resistance. So we have basically broke above it and then we started to retest it, right? And that retest is actually extremely important because it's also a moving average trend line, this one, as you can see, the orange trend line, very important one that is keeping us in this downtrend, okay? So what you want to see for a successful reclaim is exactly what happened with the $83,000, right? You want to see a breakout, retest, and that retest needs to hold, okay? So if we want to be sure that on the high time frame, which is this daily, is turning into some kind of a reversal, we need to hold this daily candle above $85,000 as the retest, yeah? So this daily candle is closing in around 7 to 8 hours and it needs to close above $85,000. That will be a first sign that this might be a successful breakout, not just a fake out. The other thing is that right here on our MACD indicator, we can see a clear hidden bearish divergence, yeah? Why? Because the price is making lower high, however the indicator is making higher high. So that means the momentum is there, but somebody is distributing on that liquidity and keeping the price from making higher high the same way the indicator did it. So if you're in our MCP University, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When the price action is making lower high but the indicator is making a higher high, this is a hidden bearish divergence. So I want to see the sustainability above $85,000 for confirmation, and I want to see a cool down of MACD indicator. I want to see a cool down that is being oversold on stochastic RSI. Right now we are oversold, so I want to see a cool down by moving lower without the price following. So I want to see cool down in stochastic RSI, and I want to see cool down in classic RSI as well, ladies and gentlemen. After that, I will be sure that this breakout was not a fake out and it's real, and we can start the move towards $93,000. Also, you can see that the volume with which we have been breaking above this trend line is below average. This blue line is average from the past 100 days. You can see it's below average. Usually the real breakouts are having volume which is above the average. That will mean that there are some big players actually buying, right? And it will just give you more probability that it is real, and it will give you higher probability that there will be a continuation in that breakout direction. But we don't have that right now. So at the moment, it seems like this is just a fake out until we have the confirmations. From the high time frame perspective, I still believe that we are going towards $72,000 first. If we get that confirmations, we will be positioning ourselves into some nice, probably long positions also on day and swing trading perspective. But you remember that we have been actually understanding that this is an irregular flat, right? Previously, we have been stating that this fourth wave is actually a corrective mode irregular flat pattern, and then we are going lower. So if the support doesn't hold and the reclaim is not real and this is just a fake out, what is this then? Well, for that we need to zoom in into our medium time frame, and you can see that I've already charted a new pattern. So previously we thought that this is going to be an ABC irregular flat and we will start moving lower. That is also why we have been able to position ourselves very nicely at around $85,000. I told you this is the only most important resistance zone. If you are taking some new short positions, aggressive short positions, it should be only from there. And then we started to go to the downside, so it worked perfectly. We stopped at that $81,000 and then we started to break above that $85,000. So that means that this cannot be an irregular flat pattern that the fourth wave is trading on. But if this support doesn't hold, and I will be talking about this support as well, it means that we are actually creating this fourth wave, the corrective wave, in a form of expanding triangle. And I will tell you exactly what I mean by this. You know that we have 9 corrective mode patterns and expanding triangle is one of them, right? So it actually consists out of 5 sub waves. It finishes with E wave, that is the largest one. And as you can see right now, we are finishing the possible E wave. It might be the E wave if this support will not be holding. I will be talking about this support in a minute. So expanding triangle would work very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the E wave, final wave. And if this support doesn't hold, we can move from here towards that $72,000, ladies and gentlemen. However, if this was the irregular flat and we have finished the fifth wave as a truncated impulsive wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is also possible, okay? And if that's the case, we have started a new impulse higher. Right now we are having a second corrective mode wave, and if this support is going to hold, we will start a new impulsive third wave, fourth wave and fifth wave, and that will be actually the grand supercycle, or actually just the supercycle A wave of the ABC corrective mode that will take us towards $93,000. Let me show you what I mean by that. This is the A wave, right? ABC, and the A wave is subdividing itself into 5 smaller waves, okay? So if this was the fifth truncated wave, this one, we are actually starting the first subwave of that A wave, and this corrective mode wave is just a retest, and we are going higher. Then we will have completed that supercycle A wave, then we will have a B wave that again goes in a zigzag mode, and then we will have a new impulse that will take us towards that $93,000, and then we will go down towards $44,000. right, ladies and gentlemen, paradisers, right now it really depends on if this support is going to hold. So all eyes on this. Let me show you on ultra low time frame. This is actually low time frame chart, the kinda Fibonacci retracement level that we are looking at right now. So $83,000, 500 to around $82,000, 500. Extremely important support, ladies and gentlemen. If it is going to hold, we will have a new impulse higher. However, if we start breaking below that, we are going towards that $77,000, ladies and gentlemen, and this was just a fake out, okay? So with ParadiseTeam VIPs, we are getting for a next big move ready. We will be positioning ourselves either for the upside or to the downside after confirmation. So again, if we start breaking to the downside, we want to have confirmations. If this is going to hold, we want to have confirmations for a move higher. If you don't have a strategy, your strategy is to fail, okay? So the strategy right now is to watch this level, this support zone, and the tactic afterwards is that you are watching for confirmations, okay? Together with money management, you need to have a money management. If you don't have a money management, then the market will make one management for you, and usually it's gonna be the kind of money management that you will end up with no money at all, okay? So you need to have a money management, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to do this long-term, profitably and professionally, money management is extremely crucial. Confirmations, very crucial. So right now you can see that this might be the impulse by counting the subwaves 1, 2, extended 3, 4, 5, ABC. The C is going to be finishing around this level. If this is ABC, this support needs to hold. One of the confirmations for an upside will be if we will see that the support is holding nicely. We want to see some nice, beautiful bullish divergence. So right now we are starting to form a little bullish divergence, but the price action is not finished yet, right? You can see that the price is right now making possible higher low, and the indicator is already getting quite oversold, but we are quite not there just yet. We also want to see confirmation from RSI, so this is just one of the confirmations you want to be watching for. Another one is, for example, this USDT dominance. You know that we have been talking about this support, that if we are bearish on Bitcoin, if we are about to touch that $72,000, this would be the resistance, right? And the confirmation for Bitcoin price action would be actually the USDT dominance. If we are about to close below this level, the daily, and then retest it into a bearish case, it will increase the probability that Bitcoin is heading higher. If we are, however, about to reclaim this and turn it into a support, this will end up being just a deviation, and it will be very bearish for Bitcoin. So ladies and gentlemen, I will keep you updated about the price action. As always, I'm recording the videos for you. I love it. I love seeing you grow. I love to see you getting better. And the question for you you to win the prize of a beautiful, exclusive MCP Extras private membership where we are revealing to you what's going on behind the scenes. We are sharing with you the whales movements that are hidden to most of the people. So to win this giveaway, you just need to share this video, like, subscribe, and answer on this giveaway question: what's the most common reason traders blow up their accounts? Okay, that's the question. If you get most of the likes on your comment, you will win. Okay, I'm announcing the giveaway results next Tuesday. Okay, so you need to write an answer on this giveaway question, like one other comment than yours. You can also like 2 comments but other than yours. Share this video on some of your social media and you are in participating in this giveaway for this MCP Extras private exclusive membership. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure as always, and I will see you again on Saturday. Cheers.